So, today I was out kicking around. We were out looking for oyster mushrooms, or we call them elephant ears. And I was like, "Ooh, who are you?" And I looked down because I just saw somebody coming out, and we found a whole field of lemon balm. And I love Lemon Balm. She is definitely one of my favorite allies, but I really like to find mint family, because she's in the mint family. I like to find mints of any kind, even if they don't, smell like a mint, they're a mint, when they're nice and young. Those are my favorite for making tinctures with. Now, she's effective all the way up until after she blooms, so, you can make a tincture whenever you come across Lemon Balm. It smells like one of those old school lemon drop candies. I love her smell. I can just all day long. I decided, well, I better just make a video, right? So if you're out walking about and all of a sudden you smell lemon candy and you find yourself some lemon balm, or maybe you already found some and that's why you're looking up a video of how to make a lemon balm tincture. This is pretty simple. So I've got my lemon balm. I made sure to sort through my plant material to make sure that there wasn't anything in there besides lemon balm. Like old dead leaves, sticks, whatever. Just make sure that you're going through it and making sure that it's clean. And then, are you ready? It's super complicated. So I'm going to take, I was being sarcastic in case you couldn't read that off of me. You're going to take your lemon balm. You're going to chop it up a little bit. Don't make it so you can't recognize the plant. She knows what she's doing. The alcohol knows what she's doing. We don't need to paste her. Just a little bit. And we just give her a little bit of a chop in. That way there's more surface level for the alcohol to extract from. You're going to take your jar. You're going to put it in there. And we're going to do that until we don't have any more to do it with. And I think that people make this process entirely too complicated. They want you to use specific super high alcohol proof or high proof alcohol, and then they want you to do all this complicated math, and they usually tell you to use dried plants, which is not great. And then it's really overwhelming when you start to read that stuff, right? You're like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm going to do this right, I'm going to hurt myself, because you feel like you can't understand it. So hear me. All you really have to do, despite what every other book is going to tell you, well, most of them, is dice up your fresh plant matter a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't murder her. Put it in your jar. And then dump 100 proof vodka over it. That's it. And then you wait the 6 to 8 weeks or longer. It's okay if you forget about her. Look, there's a little dead leaf I don't want in there. It's okay if you forget about her. Vodka does not go bad. Your tincture will not go bad. It might get a little bit stronger. But usually by, I'd say, 12 weeks, it's about as strong as it's going to get when you're using fresh plant matter. So we just chop her up a little bit. Put her in the jar. Now, Lemon Balm, she's a really awesome lady. She's antiviral, she's anti-anxiety, she's good for insomnia, she's good for stomach aches because she's in the mint family. So if you're the type of person who has anxiety that gives you a stomach ache, you know how that goes, and it keeps you up at night, well, Lemon Balm might be the lady for you. And we're just putting her in the jar. We're just chopping her up a little bit, putting her in the jar. I was so happy to come across her today. I mean, I know where other lemon balm patches are at, but I wasn't looking for lemon balm. So when I come across a whole new area where my plant friend grows, I'm like, that's pretty awesome. So that wasn't hard, right? We just chopped up some plant. Now you're going to take 100 proof or 80 proof vodka, and you're going to dump it in your jar. You don't have to use this big half-gallon jar. I'm just making a big batch. You can use all the way down to a half-pint jar. You can use any jar as long as you have enough vodka to fill it all the way up. You want to make sure that you fill your jar to the top with your vodka. That way there's no oxidation. And oxidation means there's air in there getting to your... That was super OSHA approved. Getting to the plant matter, and it kind of tends to make it go brown. So you don't want oxygen in there. It's the same for oil infusions, really. Just no oxygen in the jar. So, we're just dumping in the vodka. And there's plant matter in there. and then you just put your cap on, and then you label it. You can use a piece of masking tape, whatever you want. I use these labels that I make myself. It has like if it's ounce or pounds, if it's tincture, honey, oil infusion. I use it for more than tinctures. If it's wildcrafted, store-bought, mix, what day I decant it, which means I take it out of the vodka, the name of it, you know, where I got it at, and then I can create a batch number with this information. You don't have to do all that. Just label it somehow so you know what it is, and you know, put the date on there. That way you know when you made it. And then if you forget about it, don't freak out. Again, vodka, alcohol doesn't go bad. If you live in a state where you can't get 100 proof vodka, 80 proof is fine. And the reason that we use 100 proof vodka is because it's 50% water and 50% alcohol. That means when I take this tincture out of here, when I press it out and get the alcohol away from the plant matter, my tincture is instantly ready to use. I don't have to do any complicated math so it's safe for me to use. It's just ready as is. Now you're just going to sit it in a cool, dark place for 6 to 8 weeks and you're good to go. That's really all you have to do. It is so simple, and I promise that you are smart enough to do this. Alright? Well, I will see you next time.